Let's be brutally honest. Most people are mentally weak. They explode over small insults, fall apart under pressure, and let other people dictate their moods. We're living in a time where emotional reactivity has become the default setting. Everything offends, everything hurts, everything shakes people to their core. But what if you could be different? What if, instead of being easily rattled, you became calm under fire? What if your emotions were no longer toys for the world to play with, but weapons you chose to use with precision? That's what it means to be unshakable. And in a chaotic, overstimulated world, this mindset is your greatest power. Being unshakable isn't about being cold or indifferent. It's about choosing to stay in control no matter what chaos surrounds you. It's emotional sovereignty. Psychological armor. Inner mastery. This is not self-help fluff. This is mental warfare. Let's go deeper. Crown master the "nothing bothers me" mindset. This mindset isn't about faking confidence. It's about cultivating it until it becomes unbreakable truth. Let's break down the 20 principles of emotional resilience and mental mastery. 1. Own your emotional responses. Every single time you react without awareness, you give someone else a remote control to your mind. Someone insults you. You explode. You fail. You collapse. Your day doesn't go as planned. You quit. That's slavery. True strength begins the moment you pause before reacting. That pause is sacred. It's the moment where you choose control over chaos. Start asking, is this worth my peace? Am I choosing strength, or surrendering it? Because nothing is more powerful than a person who can look chaos in the eye, and not blink. 2. Ditch the need for approval. The need to be liked is the fastest path to weakness. When your self-worth depends on validation from others, you've already lost. Understand this. The most respected people are not universally liked. They're clear, grounded, and bold. They don't shape-shift for acceptance, they stand firm in who they are. You're not here to entertain. You're here to evolve. Free yourself from the prison of public opinion. Be so rooted in your own truth that external noise becomes irrelevant. 3. Filter criticism with logic, not emotion. Not all criticism deserves your energy. Before reacting, ask. Is this person speaking from experience or insecurity? Is this feedback or a projection? Strong people don't get emotional over every critique, they analyze it. They take what's useful and discard what's trash. Because the truth is, most criticism is a reflection of the speaker, not the subject. Train yourself to listen without absorbing. 4. Keep composure under pressure. Pressure doesn't build character, it reveals it. Anyone can be calm when things are smooth. But when life hits hard, that's when the untrained mind breaks. And the trained mind ascends. Prepare for the storm before it hits. Learn to expect adversity. Anticipate discomfort. Make pressure your personal trainer. Then, when the storm comes, you'll walk through it like it's a light breeze. 5. Let go of what you can't control. Most suffering comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. You can't control other people's opinions, random setbacks, life's timing. But you can control your response, your focus, your energy. Let go of what drains you. Detachment isn't apathy, it's clarity. 6. Master the power of silence. Silence is your secret weapon. People who are quick to speak, quick to defend, and quick to argue are easy to manipulate. But the quiet ones? The ones who observe more than they speak. They control the room. Silence makes you mysterious. It keeps others guessing. It allows you to respond, not react. When emotions run high, say less. Speak only when it strengthens your position. 7. Train your mind like a warrior. You can't build strength without resistance. Your mind is no different from your body. Challenge it daily. Delay gratification. Practice discipline. Wake up earlier than you want to. Do the work you don't feel like doing. Sit in discomfort and refuse to flinch. This is how you become bulletproof, not in theory, but in reality. 8. Live in the present moment. Worry comes from the future. Regret comes from the past. But power? It lives in the present. Mindfulness isn't new age fluff, it's your anchor in chaos. Ground yourself in the now. Feel your breath. Focus on what's in front of you. Presence makes you immune to distraction. 9. Practice ruthless gratitude. Gratitude isn't weakness, it's weaponry. It refocuses your mind on what's strong, not what's broken. Every morning, list 3 things you're thankful for. Do it even when life feels heavy. Why? Because gratitude hardens your mindset. It becomes a shield against self-pity and comparison. 10. Say no without explaining. Weak boundaries are a magnet for chaos. If you say yes to every demand, you leave nothing for yourself. The unshakable person knows. Saying no is an act of power. Saying yes to everything is surrender. Stop explaining. Stop apologizing. Say no and move forward. 11. Have a purpose that anchors you. A strong why makes you unstoppable. When you know your mission, small problems lose their bite. People's opinions don't matter. Criticism doesn't matter. Discomfort doesn't matter. You're locked in. You're focused. You're building something bigger than yourself. Purpose is your shield. Purpose is your compass. 12. Embrace discomfort voluntarily. Cold showers. Difficult conversations. Public speaking. Hard workouts. When you choose discomfort daily, you build immunity to fear. You stop fearing the unknown, because you've already faced it. Comfort makes you soft. Discomfort makes you dangerous. Make suffering a choice, and it'll never catch you off guard again. 13. Unplug from digital poison. Your attention is being hijacked. Social media. News. Notifications. Noise. All designed to keep you reactive, angry, anxious. Reclaim your mind. Turn off the phone. Go for a walk. Sit in silence. The less you consume, the more control you regain. 14. Learn from others, walk your own path. Yes, study wisdom. Read books. Seek mentors. But don't become a clone. Your path is yours alone. Absorb knowledge, but trust your inner compass. You're not here to live someone else's life. 15. Build a strong body to guard the mind. Your physical state and mental state are linked. A weak body leads to mental fog. A strong body breeds clarity and dominance. Train consistently. Eat clean. Prioritize sleep. This isn't fitness vanity, it's mental architecture. 16. Reframe failure as feedback. Failure isn't personal, it's data. The weak take it as proof they're not good enough. The strong take it as instructions for version 2.0. Every loss is a lesson. Study it. Adjust. Level up. Then come back sharper. 17. Practice self-compassion without excuses. Being unshakable doesn't mean being inhuman. When you slip, don't self-destruct. Don't spiral in shame. Speak to yourself like a mentor would. Firm, but kind. Then get back up with purpose. Forgive yourself fast. Correct faster. 18. Curate a high-standard environment. Environment is destiny. Clean your space. Eliminate toxic people. Cut distractions. Everything around you is either elevating you or eroding you. Be ruthless with what you allow in your world. 19. Visualize mental victory. Every day, see it. You staying calm under pressure. You walking into a room with presence. You executing with precision. The mind becomes what it rehearses. Repetition creates reflex. 20. Serve something bigger than yourself. When life feels heavy, lift someone else. When you feel small, serve something great. Helping others gives you perspective. It makes you resilient. It connects you to a higher strength. The strongest people don't fight for ego. They fight for legacy. Brain final truth: control yourself, control your world. The unshakable don't have easy lives. They have strong minds. They don't run from chaos, they become the calm inside it. They don't react, they respond. They don't chase attention, they radiate presence. This is your power. To remain unmoved when others shake. To remain silent when others shout. To remain focused when others panic. Master this, and you will not just survive this world. You will dominate it. The unshakable man is the most dangerous force on earth. There's a rare kind of power that doesn't shout, doesn't flex, doesn't need to be validated. It doesn't come from status, fame, or material gain. It's not loud. It's not performative. But when it walks into a room, it shifts the atmosphere. That power is emotional sovereignty. That power is unshakable composure. And in a world addicted to reaction, outrage, and emotional instability, that power is dangerous. Skull and crossbones, the modern world wants you shaken. Let's be real. Everything around you, from media to relationships to your phone, is designed to steal your attention, trigger your emotions, and hijack your peace. They want you scrolling mindlessly. They want you offended. They want you dependent on likes, addicted to opinions, and weak to outside noise. Because if you're always reacting, you're never reflecting. And if you're never reflecting, you're never awakening. And if you never awaken, you'll never break free. This is not just about peace. This is about power. Being emotionally reactive puts you at the mercy of every fool with an opinion. Every insult pulls you out of character. Every obstacle makes you question your value. Every setback becomes a personal crisis. You're not living, you're surviving. That's not power. That's emotional slavery. Break the foundation of unbreakable power. So what does it really mean to be unshakable? It means you stop being ruled by noise. It means your emotions no longer pull you by the neck. It means you don't crumble when you're criticized, or lose your mind when things don't go your way. It's the internal shift from chaos to clarity. It's psychological dominance over your own nervous system. It's stillness in storms, not because the storm is gone, but because you've stopped needing it to pass. And this is where true power begins. Not in what you control externally, but what you master internally. Person in lotus position: control yourself, control everything. Stoic philosophers knew this truth centuries ago. He who angers you controls you. So what happens when no one can trigger you? What happens when you walk through betrayal, heartbreak, financial pressure, public criticism, and you don't flinch? You become a weapon the world cannot disarm. You become a leader others turn to. You become a storm in human form, quiet, steady, and unstoppable. That's what mastery looks like. It's not perfection, it's discipline. It's not about never feeling, it's about never folding. Let's be clear. Being unshakable doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means you no longer let emotions control you. You feel anger, but you don't act recklessly. You feel sadness, but you don't drown in self-pity. You feel pressure, but you don't cave in. You've trained yourself to feel fully, but act wisely. And that's what separates warriors from slaves. The warrior feels everything, and still chooses the higher response. You want to be dangerous? Learn to carry emotion without being carried away by it. Learn to control your nervous system when everyone else is losing theirs. That is alpha behavior. That is modern Stoicism. That is power. Bust in silhouette. The unshakable don't need to be loud. You don't need to raise your voice to command a room. You don't need to flex to prove your strength. You don't need to win arguments, you just walk away, and they feel the loss. The unshakable man doesn't chase influence. He becomes it. He doesn't brag about his power. He radiates it. He doesn't demand respect. He moves in a way that commands it without a word. The most dangerous men you'll ever meet aren't aggressive. They're calm. Still. Present. Untouchable. They have nothing to prove, because they've already proven it to themselves. Crossed swords. The battle is internal, and you are the weapon. This path isn't for the weak. It's not for the easily offended, the emotionally indulgent, or the victim-minded. It's for the man who's tired of being shaken by life. It's for the man who's tired of being pulled by every external storm. It's for the man who wants to master himself first, then conquer the world. And make no mistake, the world can be conquered. Not by brute force, not by noise, but by stillness. Stillness is focus. Stillness is strategy. Stillness is clarity. When you stop being at war with yourself, you stop being distracted. And when you're no longer distracted, you become lethal. Shield. Your discipline is your shield. The world will continue to test you. You will face critics who doubt you, partners who betray you, failures that shake your foundation, stress that makes you question everything. But if you've done the work, if you've built the armor of discipline, detachment, and emotional control, then none of it touches your core. You walk through the battlefield with calm eyes. Your sword is your mind. Your shield is your silence. And your mission is bigger than your mood. Repeat button. Every day is a test, and a training ground. Being unshakable isn't a one-time switch. It's a daily discipline. Every insult is a test. Every inconvenience is training. Every emotional trigger is an opportunity to respond with power, or give it away. You must wake up daily with the intention to master your reactions. Guard your focus. Elevate your inner world above outer chaos. You don't need to be perfect. But you do need to be intentional. The world can't break what you don't give it access to. Here's the final truth. You don't owe the world your emotions. You don't owe anyone a reaction. You don't owe every event your energy. The moment you realize that, you become unstoppable. Because the moment you stop reacting to everything around you, you start building everything within you. And when your inner world is solid, when your values, vision, and mind are fortified, no insult, betrayal, loss, or failure can break you. Checkered flag. Final words. Be the calm in the storm. There are men who bend when life pressures them. There are men who break. And then, there are men like you, who choose to become the storm. Still. Steady. Strategic. Not because life is easy, but because you trained when it was hard. You are not unshakable because the world is safe. You are unshakable because you no longer need it to be. You are not at peace because life is gentle. You are at peace because you have become dangerous in your stillness. So carry yourself like the man who cannot be moved. Speak like the man who cannot be provoked. Live like the man who cannot be broken. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more men who have mastered themselves. And that man is you.